Hola amigos, this is Level 12 and today we are going to be talking about how Shimoneta and Psycho-Pass have the same message. Now if you haven't seen these two shows or you've seen one but not the other, let me just give you a quick overview of both shows. Shimoneta is an ecchi comedy about an anime set in a futuristic Japan where foul language, dirty jokes, sex, and other, I put adult things in quotation marks because it's adult things, is illegal and monitored by the government. And this is done by using hand things on their hands. So if they were doing something with their hands that would mimic the motion of either drawing a naked body, drawing the human form, or other things, the government would know. And they also wear necklaces. It's all very heavily regulated to where they can't even say it. And it's kind of terrifying. And Psycho-Pass is also set in a futuristic dystopian war Japan, where people's minds, also known as their psychopasses, are monitored by drones and cameras. If the Psycho-Pass becomes too cloudy, because it starts off as either a white or green color and then it gets progressively darker, then the citizen is arrested and either sent to therapy or rehab. They're either sent to therapy or rehab or prison. And usually if you go to rehab, you don't come out of rehab. And this show also has very heavy police presence, very heavy monitoring of the citizens, and it's all very creepy and very Orwellian in my opinion. Some scary similarities between a comedy show like Shimoneta and a drama mystery show like Psycho-Pass is there's a very strict government. Super strict. So strict, even in Psycho-Pass, if you're going through a rough patch, you're super stressed, drones will come up to you and say, hey, you need to go to therapy now. And that ties into Big Brother. In Shimoneta, it's the collars that they wear and the wrist cuffs. In Psycho-Pass, it's the drones and the cameras and even the police to a certain extent. And again, heavy police involvement. Shimoneta, there's always this task force of masked purity police. I don't remember what they're called. I'm pretty sure they have a specific name, but I can't remember. And they're to stop you from doing whatever adult thing it is that you're trying to do. And in Shimoneta, they have the actual police that have guns that can blow you up into a blob of guts and organs. And in both shows, there's terrorism. In Shimoneta, it's I forget what the terrorist group is called, but it's led by the crazy girl named White or Blue Snow or something like that, and she's hiding and stashing dirty magazines and cursing. And in Psycho-Pass, it's the people with the helmets that are just wreaking havoc and being see, this is the Psycho-Pass is weak, Sybil is weak. They have super weird similarities. I mean, there are other shows with the same similarities, but it's just this one was so striking to me that the message was so similar. Not only do both shows have all these things, but they also have a super similar message, and this is long form for what the messages are. In Shimoneta, the message is that when you repress people's sexual tendencies and sexual nature, it causes distress and makes it build up over time, and eventually when things build up and they're under a dome, they explode, with Anna, who, when she got that taste of a kiss and got that taste for infatuation and got all of that for Tanukichi, she exploded in terrifying sexual behavior, going so far as one could call it rape in one scene. And again, this is a comedy, so it was all built up for laughs. She's looming over him naked, but it's still very creepy, and it explodes in this unhealthy way. And that was the point of Blue Snow's terrorist organization, was especially teenagers, when they have repressed sexual feelings, it doesn't come out in a very safe way, especially when they can't do things even by themselves in their own private room. They can't do things to release that, which is quite terrifying. And it could explode, but what Blue Snow was trying to do with her terrorist organization was give them an outlet, as I'm trying to be as clean as I can with this. And in Psycho-Pass, the message was very much the same. The people in the show became complacent in the automated world so far as to where there was an entire wing in the hospital for people who had become so complacent and so like zombie-like because everything was so automated. And even thinking a bad thought could get them arrested. Like, in the first episode, the guy hadn't even committed a crime when the police were first on him, but as the police chased him, he committed crimes eventually, but a lot of people in the show, you'll realize, hadn't even committed a crime. Their psychopaths just got cloudy enough to where they were arrested because it was thought they were a danger in society. However, when the helmets came about where it could hide your psychopath, and people put them on, people went crazy. Like, some people didn't even want to commit super violent crimes. I mean, that's what was shown, but some people just wanted, who had dark psychopaths or who had been society rejects, they just wanted to exist without the drones getting them. And there's this one scene, I believe it's in episode 15, spoiler alert by the way, where the people with the helmets have gathered the top students in a top university and are like, because you're the top of the top, we're going to show you what the bottom of the bottom feel like. And they killed 2 students. They light one on fire in an amazing scene. It was so well done. And then all the students are like, hey, Sybil isn't stopping them, and Sybil isn't going to stop us. Let's take justice into our own hands. And it exploded in this criminal behavior of people realizing they could do whatever they want because for so long they had been repressed. And when you repress people sexually, stress-wise, it will explode into violent and scary acts, which is the message of both Shimoneta and Psycho-Pass. Gotten to in different ways, but a very similar key takeaway: don't repress people. And for Shimoneta, it's more focused on the sexual wise, and for Psycho-Pass, the message is still don't repress people in a stress wise, because it will explode in unhealthy, scary, violent, and sometimes illegal ways. And again, it's not always violent, but it can be violent. And that is the message that Shimoneta and Psycho-Pass share. Now, Shimoneta, it was gotten to, and again, a much more comical way. It was gotten to with laughs and jokes and crude humor. In Psycho-Pass, it was gotten to through drama, emotion, shock value in certain scenes, which was really well done. I recommend you see both shows, but I recommend you watch Psycho-Pass a little bit more because, again, it's more refined than Shimoneta, but I digress. It's all down to personal opinion. So I hope y'all liked this video. I just found it super interesting that Shimoneta and Psycho-Pass shared this message, and like, it's not subtle either what the messages are. I mean, obviously there are different messages you can take away, but these were the two that lined up, and how their stories lined up so well together. Just, the genres were different and what they were fighting for was different, but overall they're two pretty similar shows, message-wise. Not really content-wise, but message-wise. So I hope you liked it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and if there are any other shows that may line up pretty well with these two shows with the same message. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Ciao, chicos.